What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and we got some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leaks to share with you. Yes, even more leaks, even more new information, and it's honestly getting ridiculous. And at this point, I'm pretty sure the entire game is going to leak 4 months before the game comes out, and probably before the next trailer, because where is the official information? Well, we're going to be eating off these leaks for a while, and honestly, I have no issue with that personally. Also, guys, if you like these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. First of all, let's clear up what is going on with these different Pokemon forms and how should we actually categorize them. So there are regular Pokemon forms, right? There is like Galar forms, Aloha forms, and there will be new Scarlet and Violet forms that are just regional forms, right? However, there are new types of forms that are going to be their own type of mechanic. So we have ancient / future species, and they're going to be ancestors or descendants for current Pokemon that have time travel from the past or future. These species don't evolve, they are standalone Pokemon, but with high stats. They are classified as a brand new Pokemon with their own name and a Pokedex and number. So that Amoonguss we were seeing that looks like it's from the past is not going to be named Amoonguss. It's going to have its own typing, its own stats, own abilities, own move pool, but it just looks like an Amoonguss. So that's going to be like an ancient Amoonguss. It makes a lot of sense, right? And there's also going to be future Pokemon with the same concept. We don't really know too many future Pokemon at this moment. We'll dive into that a little bit later. And something that's very interesting is the Convergent Species, which Riddler Koo is talking about as the regional fakes. So this is the regional fakes that they've been hinting at. A number of new Pokemon that look very similar to old Pokemon. They are completely unrelated to their original counterpart, but look pretty much the same. Almost like a recolor. They have different typings. These species are based on the convergence evolution concept from biology. Look it up. They also have their own name and Pokedex number. So not to be confused with ancient future species, but essentially the difference here is this is literally not the same Pokemon. At least in ancient future species, it was related. It was the same Pokemon at some point in history, but then an evolutionary path spread them apart. Convergent species are two different Pokemon species that happen to converge into one. And we actually see this in nature with some examples. We got two different types of anteaters, but they're completely different, but they serve the exact same function from their origins, but they just ended up looking exactly the same, even when they didn't even come in close contact with each other. This just happens in nature, and this is what they're doing in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is what we're looking at for current regional forms, new evolutions, ancient species, future species, and convergent species. So it is confirmed we're only getting 2 new regional forms. We're getting a poison type Wooper and a Tauros. The Tauros is black, so we don't know any other typings, but it is black. We're going to assume they're both getting an evolution. I actually believe it is confirmed that the Wooper is getting a brand new evolution that is not Quagsire. Now, there are new evolutions as well. So there is apparently a Primeape evolution, a new Wooper evolution, Murkrow, Dunsparce, Girafarig, and Pawniard. Pawniard was just confirmed earlier today. Same with Primeape. So that's going to be really interesting to see that Pawniard is going to be getting a split Evo. Primeape getting a true final form, which I think is really awesome because Primeape's stats aren't really the best overall. So that's going to be something that's interesting. Murkrow definitely getting another split right there because I already had Honskrow. The ones I'm most excited for is Dunsparce and Girafarig. These two Pokemon definitely deserve the most out of all of these. Now for ancient species, we got Jigglypuff, Amoonguss, and apparently Mischievous is going to have an ancient form as well. We learned that these Pokemon do not evolve, so it's not going to be a Jigglypuff that turns into a Wigglytuff. It is just going to be an ancient Jigglypuff, and that's very interesting. We got our first confirmation of a future Pokemon, and our first future Pokemon is Delibird. So we don't know what this looks like, the typing or anything about it, but we do know that Delibird will have a future form that's going to have a different name and is going to have different typings and stuff. I'm very excited because this is another Pokemon that really does deserve a second chance in one way, shape, or form, especially because Ice Flying is such terrible typing. This Pokemon is utterly garbage. It's such a meme. Very excited to see what they do with Delibird. And then we got our Convergent Species, which is going to be a water type, like, you know, fake Diglett, which is going to be really interesting to see. Apparently it's going to be like a water geyser, so we're going to see what that means, and it's going to be an eel instead of a mole. Super interested in this. I think the Convergent Species I'm actually most hyped about because it is a reimagining of the Pokemon that you've already had before, and especially changing Diglett from a mole to an eel really does change what the possibilities are here. Now, Riddler has some great updates for us, and he has confirmed that there is a brand new puppy line coming to Scarlet and Violet that is going to be a ghost type, and there's an additional 2 more puppy lines coming as well. The ghost dog is going to be the ace Pokemon for the ghost type gym leader as well, which is really cool. And we saw that gym leader, that is the black lady with the white dreads. So I'm super excited to see what this dog is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be really good because I'm a big fan of ghost types. They're pretty phenomenal overall, and I do love me some dogs, so that's great to know. Riddler also confirmed that there is going to be a brand new bug type spider line that was teased at in the first trailer. And this spider line is apparently going to be making some big webs because the teaser for that Pokemon is all the webs that we saw in that first trailer. So that's going to be interesting to see. He also does say that someone is leaking code names and some new Pokemon were even teased by him, but he can't correspond code names with designs, so he didn't notice that some were repeated. Anyway, if you want details, we prepare some shit about their type, ability, preparedness, or dex descriptions. So essentially, Riddler is just saying that he's going to keep on doing what he's doing, while the other guy who is leaking may be confusing some things and probably does not know everything that he is saying, but we're just going to have to wait and see on that. Riddler also confirms that there is a Gen 1 regional fake that crawls from the sea to the land. A Gen 1 regional fake. So there's a couple Pokemon this actually could be. So since it crawls from the sea to land, this is going to be a water type most likely. And the water types that this makes sense, probably the Tentacruel line, the Seal line, the Horsey line, the Goldeen line, the Magikarp line, and the Shelter line. It could also be Dratini as well, just because Dratini is not a water type, but it is found in the water exclusively. We're just going to have to wait and see. My personal bet is I think it's either going to be Dratini because there is Dratini focused on the water fountains in the first trailer, but I also think it could be something like Shelter because we do see Shelter in the trailer already, but because this is a regional fake or a convergent species, there's going to be both in the game. That is one of the big things about Convergent Species is the original form will also be there as well. So I'm just going to go with Shelter as the safe bet, but I do hope it's something like Dratini so we can get actual Dragonite in the game and then a regional fake or a convergent species of Dragonite, which I think would be pretty sick overall. Riddler is also confirming that the new Pokemon are going to be very powerful in battle, probably like the regional fakes and the ancient feature forms are all going to be very strong because they don't evolve. So it's going to be very interesting to see how strong they are and if they're going to be viable in any sort of meta. But I think they will be. I think they're going to be the marquee Pokemon in the upcoming VGC series. There's actually even more leaks for us to go over, surprisingly. And Pawmi is getting an evolution that is an electric fighting type. We have seen Pawmi's evolution already, but we don't know if this is going to be the final evolution. Maybe there's one more. I really do hope there's one more because it's just literally Pawmi standing on 2 feet. And it's a little bit bigger. It's really not impressive, and I'm a little bit disappointed, but electric fighting is fantastic typing. Now, Smoliv evolves into an olive tree, which it was always my general guess from the beginning, so that makes a lot of sense. We're going to have to see if that is good. I mean, Smoliv is a grass and normal type, and that's really interesting and unique typing. Fuecoco's evolution is not bipedal, which is not surprising. I mean, it is going to be an alligator. There's also going to be no third legendary in Gen 9, just like Gen 2 with only Lugia and Ho-Oh. I'm fine with that because I felt like it was really forced in Gen 8 with Zamazenta and Zacian having to pair off with Eternatus. Eternatus just felt really just not connected to the story for the most part, in my opinion, and design-wise, it was completely different and very alien. I was not a big fan of that. Biggest news here is that 120 to 140 new Pokemon are included. This includes the ancient and future species, which we're going to be guessing about 16 to 18 of those overall. This also includes the convergent species, the regional fakes. So how many is it truly new Pokemon? I mean, they're all new Pokemon because they're all going to have their own dex entry. But if it's 120 and we're going to looking at what, about 20 to 30 of the ancient future species combined with the regional fakes, then it's about 100 completely new Pokemon overall. However, this also does include Pokemon in the data files for the DLC. So there may not actually be 120 to 140 new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet on launch day. There is also a Hardcore Queen Pokemon that gets a future species, which is probably going to be a new Pokemon. So this new Pokemon is going to have another form already in the game. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. The most exciting news is probably one pseudo-legendary is getting a future species and another pseudo-legendary is getting an ancient species. I'm going to guess that Dragonite is probably going to get the ancient species here. And I'm going to say that because the Dratini has been all over the water fountains in this trailer already. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But I really think that Dragonite is going to be getting something. I don't know who's going to get the future species, but we're just going to have to see. It could be a brand new pseudo-legendary as well that ends up getting another form. It's a possibility. There's going to be a Gen 5 bug Pokemon that gets a future species. And apparently, that bug Pokemon is not going to retain its bug typing from what Riddler Coup has actually said. So there's only a few bug Pokemon in Gen 5 that could fit this. It could be Volcarona. It could be Scolipede. It could be a Durant. I really hope it's honestly Durant, because I think Durant is a Pokemon that needs to get more love. And I'm very interested because it is a good Pokemon, but something that makes it even more exceptional or something that makes it more menacing looking as an ant, I'm super all about that. So I think that'll be really cool, but it's not going to be a bug type though, just a reminder. Lastly, there are some legendary Pokemon that are getting ancient and future species, but the leaker thinks they're going to be saved for the DLC. I completely agree with this. We sort of saw this in Sword and Shield with the legendary bird trio with the Galarian birds. They're going to definitely do this again, and I have a hunch that they're going to probably do this for the legendary beast with Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully to do it for more Pokemon, because I think that's how you really innovate on old legendaries and just make them more fun and innovated overall. And apparently 2 Pokemon are getting both a future and ancient species. I really wanted more Pokemon to get something like this. I think that would have been the coolest idea, but I guess they want to give more Pokemon some more love. But at least 2 Pokemon are getting the full effects of both the past and future. I also don't think this mechanic is going to die after this game. I think this is something they'll grow upon in the future. And lastly, the leaker seems to imply that the ancient and future species will be treated as legendaries. They're going to be really strong Pokemon. Riddler Coup said they're going to be really strong Pokemon overall. But if they're going to be treated like legendaries, does that mean that we're going to only be able to catch them once? And that's it? So like for shiny hunting, will we have to make sure, oh, we can't actually catch that until, we keep resetting until that shiny appears. So we're just going to have to wait and see. There's a lot of questions that we have to ask, but at this rate, the whole game is going to leak before the next trailer. I really do hope we get a next trailer soon, though, because I love the leaks, but I'm getting a little bit tired of some of the mixed signaling that's happening here, and I'm trying to make it as straight as possible for you guys. Well, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help me out a lot. And I'll catch you guys next time with more Pokemon action or some video game content. Peace out, and have a great one.